So now, your job is to make those vertical fence posts. Would you do that, please? Do we have to have a road in our picture? What other thing could be in there? What do you think, Jared?
We could put instead of a road, we could put more grass.
You could put more grass in there. What do you think, Jedediah?
Oh, you could put like a stream in through there.
You could put a stream of water through there. Okay, Katrina, what could we add to this now?
Clouds.
We could add clouds to it. What's something else on the sky that we often put in there? Anybody?
Sun.
The sun, exactly. But you know what? This time I'm going to say no sun at all. And I'll tell you why. I'm looking at the picture and my sun is back here. Now what? Brad?
You could put the moon.
I could put the moon there, couldn't I? But where do we usually put the sun? Everybody tell me. Up in the corner, don't we? Not anymore. Do you ever go outside and look in the corner and see the sun?
No.
Is there a corner out there? No. Okay, most artists don't even put the sun in their picture. Look here. Look over here. No sun. No sun. But that's because the sun is already passed. Now, I don't mind if you put a sun in as long as it's maybe in the middle of the picture so that it's morning or afternoon. But we don't put our suns in the upper right-hand corner or the upper left-hand corner, especially if it has a happy face and that kind of thing, okay? That's all fun, and that's what we learned in kindergarten, but we're going to be more mature, and we're going to have our pictures show the sun behind us. Now, how can we make it look as though we still have the effects of the sun? Let me show you. If the sun is out here, which side of the tree is going to be lighter? So what do you think, Cody?
The side that's not facing the sun.
The side that's not facing the sun is going to be lighter or darker?
Lighter.
Lighter. Let's flip that around.
I mean darker.
Yeah, it's going to be darker, isn't it? The other side's going to be darker. This side's going to be lighter because the sun is shining on it, isn't it? So I have the peach-colored crayon. Watch what I do with it. I'm going to put a line right on top of the brown along the left side of the tree because my sun is up here to the left. And I'm going to do the same thing to that tree and to that tree and to that tree and to that tree. And look what happens. Doesn't the tree look like it's kind of rounded now? It does. That creates the idea of form, that three-dimensional stuff, okay? So I've done that. Now, guess what? Over here on the fence, it's the same thing. So now, on each side, on the left side of my fence posts, right on top of the brown, I'm going to put a little bit of this light color on it. And already, you can see how that makes it look like it's almost three-dimensional. Take a few minutes now and put your highlight, the light on the left side of your trees and your fence posts to give a three-dimensional look of form. Kristen mentioned something about clouds, and we need to think about that for our pictures. First of all, the sun is behind us, isn't it? So we're not going to have a sun in our picture. But we can have clouds. Now, the clouds can be an indication of what? What comes out of clouds? Rain. Rain comes out of clouds. Is there rain out of all the clouds? No. The clouds have different shapes and colors, don't they? Sometimes the clouds are billowy. Now, we have a tendency to want to do this, don't we? Okay? But if you look at those really big clouds like that, they're flat on the bottom because they ride along on a wind, on a layer of air. So usually what happens is that they look somewhat like this, and they're a little flatter on the bottom. What color are these clouds? Everybody tell me.
White.
White. Are they really? Are they totally white? What other colors could there be? Oh, let's see. Could be a little bit of what? Here, Samantha. Maybe a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of, go ahead. A little bit of rain in there, and a little bit of gray in there. All of those, the blues and the grays, give them a look of three-dimensionality, don't they? So let me show you how to do a couple of those on my picture, and you can choose. Usually you see that they're all either all billowy or they're all kind of flat. So if you're going to do the flat kind, you can just simply do a little bit of this. Notice how that works? Okay? Or let's say you want one of those big billowy ones up there, a couple of those. So you can take something that looks like this and make it billowy, but have it sort of flat on the bottom. We can fill it in with white. And since we want it to look nice and billowy, we can blend our whites like that. But even by blending with the little stuff on our fingers, you can see the little darknesses in there. But we can put a little tiny bit of blue down here on the bottom and let that blend in, and they look far more realistic, don't they? Maybe a little bit of blue up here where you want to see a little bit of line in the white. Just make it a little tiny bit darker. What kind of cloud is this?
Stratus clouds.
Those are the stratus clouds, aren't they? So some of them that are long and skinny like that, those are the stratus clouds. What are these called up here?
Cumulus.
The cumulus ones. Good job. You've learned your science lessons well. So you choose. Do you want stratus clouds or do you want the cumulus clouds?
What about the cirrus clouds?
What about the cirrus clouds? Okay, cirrus clouds are a little bit smaller than these, aren't they? And they're not really lined ones like this. So you can put cirrus clouds in there too if you want. You choose what kinds of clouds you want in your sky. All right? Christopher? I'm sorry, how many should there be? Well, you know, let's not put too many of them up there. You've heard the expression less is more, okay? We just need enough clouds out there, as many clouds out there as it takes to kind of balance your picture. So up there in that big blue spot, put a few clouds. You choose cirrus, stratus, or cumulus, all right? Boys and girls, thank you for paying attention and for following directions today. You learned about what kind of artwork it has what?
1 point.
1 point perspective. And in 1 point perspective, there is a which is on the
Horizon line.
And when things go farther away, they
Decrease size.
They decrease in size, and many things to give depth to a picture. There's, what do the artists do? Overlapping. And then on the sides of the pictures, they generally do what? Cropping. Good job. You have done all of those today with your pictures.
For a lesson plan and a list of today's supplies, or to see this episode of Art Is online, go to kvpt.org and click on Art Is.
Art Is was made possible by a grant from the Bonner Family Foundation in support of the arts and education.